Well, we're waiting 3 minutes, and hopefully somebody shows up here.
Oh, well.
Okay, so everybody had a nice summer. It's just about, well, September's the nicest month coming up. I think September's the nicest month. Wouldn't you agree, Don?
I would agree. Summer's not my favorite.
Yep, oh, good. Somebody's here.
I like the fall.
I like September because it's not so hot. It's not crowded. Everybody leaves.
Oh, September and October are my favorite, too.
Yeah, me too. Oh, okay, good.
Hi.
Winnie, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Winnie.
I forgot my notebook.
Hi. Good.
My notebook.
That's your
I
notebook?
can't take copies.
Sarah, here, you asked me a few questions about agendas and all. Here, you may want that.
All right.
It
Thanks.
tells you some of the rules.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I reached out because I wasn't sure if I could just bring up a topic if I had.
Oh, yeah, on the new business.
Not that I have anything
Yeah.
discussion. Oh, I have one thought.
But that's some of the rules about.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we've got 1, 2, we need.
How are you, Winnie?
We need one more. Is anybody out in telephone land so we can start?
I know, Steve.
For sure. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I'm hoping somebody can we need 4 to start the meeting. We have 3.
Oh.
It's you and Don are ex officio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, we're still 1 minute before 6. So.
yeah. Well, I hope somebody comes.
Well, Brendan said he was going to call in, so
Okay, well, I don't think anybody's on the line out
pick
there.
up his kid at 6 o'clock or something.
It's only 5:59.
Had to have somebody take him or drive him home.
Your guest, what are your names?
Gail and John Acosta.
Dale?
Gail, G-A-I.
Hey, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you?
And John?
Good. Just tell me,
Yoa?
Henry to get ice cream.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I drove by, first day of school, whatever, going on.
Okay, well, we need
Yeah.
one more. Winnie, how you been doing?
Excellent.
Now that all the programs are done for the summer?
Well done, and then starting out again.
Well, we're gonna do volleyball. You gonna do volleyball again?
We'll talk about it all here, we got it.
Okay, you got it. Well, I know the 2 of you got it. A lot of programs.
After the summer, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, oh, I know. But we have to wait. I'd like to get the meeting going because it's awful nice outside. You'll get home before it gets dark. Is anybody from Park and Rec on the telephone out there? No.
Is anyone on that?
Well,
We
we can start.
can meet, we just can't.
He's probably-
We can meet. We'll start. Yeah, but we can't vote on anything officially. Okay, I'm hoping that somebody turns up on the telephone. It's September 1, regular Park and Rec meeting. It's about 6:01, and we have myself, Mary Ellen, Sarah, Winnie, and Don here, and hopefully someone else shows up on the phone or in person. So, I'm calling the meeting to order. I already said the attendance here. If anybody comes on the phone, please let me know.
Hey, Bob, it's Brendan McKeever.
Oh, beautiful, Brendan, just in time. Okay. Because we have to do our first vote to approve the previous meeting minutes, which took place on July 7th. We didn't have an August meeting. So, I've read those minutes. I think they're perfect. I don't have anything to add or subtract. Does anyone else have anything to add? Okay, in that case, would somebody make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a move to approve the minutes.
Okay,
I'll
second.
second.
Okay, Mary Ellen. Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Nope, don't hear anybody. Abstain? Nope, okay, good. All right, we're on to the next part of the meeting, the director's report, updating the Park and Rec programs and facilities. Don and Winnie, go ahead.
First, I'd like to mention, Bob, that if we can make, or you guys can make a motion to move the Townwoods Park under new business up into my director's report.
Right. Let's do that, because that was a big thing that happened since July about the irrigation problems and the fix on the new business 6A. Can someone make a motion to move it up to Don's director's report, please?
I'll move to, under new business, Townwoods Park irrigation update fix.
Yes.
This point in the agenda.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, great. All those that approve, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Anyone abstain? No. Anyone oppose? No. Okay. So they're moved up now to your director's report, the big news about Townwoods Park.
Ryan.
Oh, and Ryan's here. Good. We just approved we approved the minutes, and Ryan, we're now onto the director's report, and we moved the big news about the Townwoods Park irrigation and update/fix to Don's director's report. So, Don, go ahead.
All right, start off, we'll go through the summer stuff. First, though, because Winnie wasn't at our July meeting, I'd just like to, again, in front of you, tell everybody how what a welcome addition Winnie is to our staff, and we've done a lot of good things since she's been here, and it's going to get even better. So, congratulations to Winnie.
Yeah, especially all the programs you introduced, Winnie. Thank you very much.
Okay, summer staff at our day camp, we had 26 counselors, 2 supervisors, a nurse, and we had 15 counselors in training who are younger kids volunteering in hopes to be counselors someday. So there was quite a staff over there. We had 7 lifeguards this year and 6 parking lot attendants. And all the staff, all the day camp stuff is done, and all our staff will be done by Labor Day for the summer. Again, all the staff, I thought, right across the board, did a great job. I got a lot of compliments from parents this year.
The agenda.
Their job performance. So that was very good. And another note, onto the day camp. Day camp obviously ran from June 27th to August 5th. We had 226 kids registered, which is more than attend the Lions School. So we're a big group over there. We had some special events this year that Winnie organized. We had a BMX bike stunt rider there. We had a hula hoop demonstrator. We had a magician. We had an introduction and demonstration with some service dogs. We had ice cream sundae day, a pizza day, and of course a very special talent show. So there was a lot to do over there this year, so I think everything went pretty well. The aftercare programs, which there was 6 of, was all new, and that was basically from 2 to almost 4 o'clock, and we had a total of 180 kids attending that. We had 6 programs. We limited to 30 per program. We had soccer, we had basketball, we had tennis, we had 2 multi-sports weeks, and we had a bike safety and scenario type week, which was very popular. We've been talking about next year not having sports-specific weeks, just make it like a multi-sport week all the time. But it was very, very successful, I think, and it helped out a lot of people with their daily stuff. We had our basketball camp from June 27th to July 1st over at the middle school gym. We had 23 participants in that. It was good to get that back up and running, so that's going to grow as well. We had 2 CAS soccer camps, Community Athletic Solutions camps, one in July and one in August. They were well attended. The soccer club had theirs too after ours, a week or 2 afterwards. And I'd like to, for all our summer stuff, I'd like to go out to all of our staff and to District 18 for all the facilities that we used over there. Right now, fall programs, we have fall soccer registration going on. And as of 5:30 tonight. We have 221 kids registered. Registration opened on August 1st through Rec Desk. Tomorrow, September 2nd is the tentative close date, even though I know we'll get more next week. Saturday, September 10th, we're scheduled to have a coaches meeting right in here to make all the teams and go over the season details. And the season will run on Saturday, September 17th through October 29th. That's 7 dates, and we'll save Saturday, November 6th as a possible makeup day if needed. Adult volleyball registration is open. That'll run on Thursday evenings this fall. Was it 10 weeks?
10 weeks.
10 weeks, yeah. September 15th through November 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the high school. We have fall adult basketball scheduled again. Tuesday evenings, September 13th through November 15th, 6 to 8:30 at the high school. And on Sunday mornings, September 18th through November 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the high school. We have a new program that's starting this year, adult soccer, co-ed soccer at Townwoods Park. Hoping to do it on Sundays, starting September 11th through October 30th. And then we have a couple tentative things that we're working on, which would include Zumba fitness and some yoga classes. All these schedules that I just gave you are fall schedules. They'll all be renewed, except for adult soccer, through the winter, and then probably a spring session as well. So, we're busy there. Facilities, White Sand Beach. Obviously, the beach is still open. I'm still staffed down there. And parking tags will be checked through Labor Day. Bathrooms will probably be open, or usually open through mid-October. Obviously, weather dependent. We didn't have any major problems down there. However, we did have swim lines needed repair several times over the course of the season, and those swim lines are scheduled for removal soon after Labor Day. Cross Lane Park is open in use. If anybody's seen the pond down there lately, it's just about dry from the drought. The tennis and basketball courts are and have been in disrepair for a while. I met with a vendor today about receiving written estimates. I should receive written estimates from them early next week, and I'm waiting for callbacks from 2 other vendors to schedule on-site meetings. I did this a year and a half, 2 years ago, and then the COVID stuff hit, and things were on hold, and now we're back at it. So I'm meeting with people again, because some of the prices have changed.
So Don, the plan is to redo those courts probably next spring, or?
Probably in the spring.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe in the winter, depends on the weather, depends on their schedule.
Yes.
We talked about that briefly today with the vendor I met.
Okay.
I'd like to get them as soon as possible, but it could be the spring.
Okay.
I mean, some of the work could be started, but the courts might not be able to be painted and stuff until spring, depending on the weather.
Right.
Pickleball courts are in high demand. I think these folks over here are interested in that. What I'm asking for on the basketball courts down there is to have them redone. I'm getting 3 offers. Crack repair, this other process to fix just the middle of the courts, that's the worst part. And then the third estimate will be to rip the courts up and put in post-tension courts like they did the tennis courts over at the high school, which is the best way to do it. So those are the options there. On the tennis courts, there's currently 3 tennis courts there. I'm getting estimates they think that we can just get away with crack repair and repainting down there, to do 2 tennis courts over and then remove 1 tennis court and install 4 pickleball courts. So that's on the idea. So now we're waiting for the estimates as they come in.
I spoke to someone while I was away that plays pickleball in their town, and they said you could actually just take the string support that's for the net and do something with it to reduce it by almost the inch difference.
We're going to make separate. There's going to be a fence separating, a 4-foot fence separating the pickleball courts from the tennis courts as well. No, we're not doing that.
But this person claimed that it works, that
Well-
you could take, huh? It doesn't work?
No, because the tennis court is wide, the net is wide.
Yeah.
No matter what you lower down, the net is high, so it doesn't even out.
Oh,
It
okay.
has such a long
We
I-
kind of did that for a little while in
So,
our
you're not-
community in Florida.
Oh, okay. I mentioned to Don that how many times did we ever play basketball court when it was not 10 feet high, like the rim, or it wasn't bent. But anyway,
All right, so that's
you're gonna do even a better plan.
That's discussed today with one group, and I'm waiting for callbacks to discuss the same things or similar things with two more vendors, so I get solid, estimates and go from there. So,
Right.
to answer your questions, pickleball courts are definitely in the scope of things.
So how many would there be? 4 pickleball courts, you said? How many pickleball?
4.
Wow.
Yeah, you get 4 tennis, 2 courts, one tennis court.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Haynes Park. All staff was removed late in the summer at Haynes Park due to low activity. Ledge Light Health District water tests currently show satisfactory results, and swimming is allowed. Swimming had been restricted a few times this season down there. The well went dry in August, which was thought to have resulted from a leaking toilet, a badly leaking toilet overnight. So the bathroom is currently closed to allow the water system to replenish the 800-gallon storage thing, to have the well do it slowly. Otherwise, you just dry out the well all the time. The toilet has been fixed. Portalette was brought down in there to accommodate during the closure. And tomorrow morning, I will be down there, hopefully being able to open the bathrooms for or starting on Labor Day weekend. Townwoods Park. Townwoods Park Fields had a situation this spring and summer with an excessive amount of clover, which was all over town on a lot of the fields. The fields were treated for that, and the situation was corrected. The current drought situation has caused problems down there with the fields, obviously, the condition of the fields, and it caused problems with the irrigation system, and in turn, the condition of the fields. 2 wells currently supply water for irrigation. The dug well has gone dry. The drill well has problems with the submersible pump and motor assembly and possibly the sub-drive controller. I gave estimates to everybody through the email I forwarded. Estimates for the pump were $5,800, and the sub-drive controller alone for the material is $7,900. I sent an email out to everybody on August 23rd. Sima Well Drilling Company started work down there yesterday, and they were down there again today. The pump and pump motor in the well was replaced, and now we're waiting for a sub-drive controller. Just before this meeting started, I got a text message from them, is that they're supposed to have one delivered in their shop by tomorrow morning.
Good.
And if that happens, they will be down there tomorrow to replace that controller and hopefully get the irrigation up and running again.
Right. Because that one well is 100 gallons per minute, and there's plenty of water in the deep well, right?
Yes.
They say, yeah.
Okay, at this time, the third well, which provides water to the building, has been fine, so looks like we're okay over there.
Yeah, and I also asked Don how the volunteer garden was working with this, because they're also into the irrigation, but Don said that they're running a hose from Fieldhouse, right, over there, so they've weathered the drought.
The soccer club has started their practice schedule and activities up there. The fields have been lined, goals and benches have been put out. The game schedule was provided to us yesterday. I took a brief look at it. It looks like there are 43 home games up there at soccer club and 43 away games on their schedule. And that's probably going to change here and there, but it looks like they're doing a good job with home and away type activities. And fall Lima Little League activity has not been provided to me yet. I'm not sure what they're doing. And that's it. for that part.
Any questions or comments for Don? Sounds like you're on top of it, Don. Winnie. And, yeah, keep up the good work. And boy, oh boy, what a challenge to have the drought and water this time. What a challenge. Okay. We're on to the next one. The old business, vehicles prohibited signs, Haynes Park. Don, you had a good comment that we discussed this, and can you just review that, what we're planning maybe to do here, and see if everybody...
It's on hold for now.
It's on hold for now. I think what's been reported is that the checker said that no one was parking vehicles on park property outside of the parking lot. So that's good improvement, because last year we noticed some boats being stored way away from the lake, kind of, but on park property. And so it seems like people around there are doing a good job of not going. So I think we're going to hold off on the signs unless things deteriorate as far as, because in the winter we a lot of tire tracks too. So hopefully everybody's got the message that we don't want people on that without having to go to fences and signs. So we'll see how it goes. Everybody good with that? Yeah. Okay. All right. The next one, Haynes Park, the handicap access of the sidewalk to the boathouse and the concrete slab for the pavilion. At our last meeting, we discussed that we want everyone on the Park and Rec Commission agreed that we don't want the pavilion put out there until we get the security cameras. And talking to our new Tom, what's Tom's last name? Meyer. Tom Meyer, the new facilities director. It doesn't look like the elaborate system that they're going to put up for all security cameras in the town, connecting to some sort of cloud business, is not going to be accomplished by this fall. So Don and I discussed that. I called up the people from Barnyard to say that we probably shouldn't be putting the pavilion out there until first thing in the spring. And we also discussed that we should, Macknick Brothers is going to put the sidewalk and slab for the pavilion. We just want to make sure it's good for everybody. We're thinking about letting them do that later this fall, so that way first thing in the spring we can have the pavilion. Okay, everybody good with that? Yes?
Yes.
Brendan? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so that's the plan. So we'll contact the Macknick Brothers to go ahead with that before the winter comes. And anybody have any more comments about that or anything? No? Okay. The next one is the Asian clams update for Rogers Lake. Don, you were there when the Asian clam investigators came. Can you give a quick summary?
It was in, I forget, it was July, August. Anyways, I was down there and met with the folks that had been hired to survey and eradicate the noted invasive Asian clams at Haynes Park. And what they found almost immediately was there was a lot of them, and they were only in the sandy areas of the lake. They're not over by the docks where the leaves settle and stuff like that. So just it was basically a swim area. You could see them all over the place down there in the water. And they figured out real fast that they didn't have the capability to remove them like they had thought. So they took their rest of their time and they went around the lake and identified numerous places that are with them as well. So what they did is they were supposed, and it has nothing to do with us, it's what the town, Rogers Lake Authority has got going. They were going to present the findings to the DEEP to find out or get some help as to what can be done to get rid of these things. One of the questions that I had, because it was publicly said that Parks and Rec initiated this problem by bringing in sand on Haynes Park beach area. And so I asked them, could you please explain to me how when we truck in washed and screened sand and dump it on the ground, out of the back of a truck, how do the clams get into the lake? And it was said that they determined that it wasn't the result of what we did with the beach. And I said, okay, thank you, but that should be probably stated publicly somewhere, because it was stated publicly, that's what we did. And I know it's in their Rogers Lake Authority minutes, so it wasn't us.
Yeah, I think when the guy from Rogers Lake Authority came in here, and I had some articles that said most of the time they come in through bait buckets or from fishermen.
Yeah.
And I think that was their conclusion too,
Yeah.
right? That's how they probably came in. But every lake in Connecticut has them. I mean, they're all over. And as far as they're invasive, but are they doing any damage? I don't think that they can.
Well, they didn't.
say
I
that.
asked that question too,
Yeah.
just to educate myself, and they said it's not a real big deal. They're not supposed to be there, but they haven't figured out if they're causing any real problem yet.
How big are they?
They're tiny.
That little tiny thing. Remember I had a picture, I held it
Yeah.
up for it, but it was a picture.
Most of them about the size of a nickel, maybe,
Yeah.
but they're all over the place.
But everybody, not only in Connecticut, everywhere, seems to have right through the Midwest, everyone. So, I wish we get rid of Phragmites around here. That's more important. But it seems that clams aren't really doing any harm, so they're just going to submit their data, and that's about it, right, Don?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody questions about that or
There's
comments?
basically no plan as to what they have to do to eradicate them.
They can't. I don't think they can get rid of them. There are lots of other locations in Rogers Lake, and they're just about in every other lake around. So you got to live with them, I guess.
They must have had a plan when they originally came.
Well,
They noticed that,
Well, the original plan for this group was to go to Haynes Park, see what you got, and remove them.
just remove them.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's not going to happen.
Okay. On to the next one. Position of the safe kayak launch. As people noticed, it got very, very shallow. We had a feeling that the original position wasn't going to work that well because especially as the summer goes on, it's very shallow. So they had it well away from the swimming area, farthest away from the boathouse, and had that position. And then I was away. Last 6 weeks I've been away. I'm only home 4 or 5 days. But I noticed when I came back on the trips that it moved. And Don, I guess Mike McGee just moved it, or?
Yeah, it was unusable the way it was.
Yeah, you couldn't use it. Yeah.
Didn't it float off?
I think some kids took it apart once, but they got it back.
I know Mike said he found it off. They
Once or twice.
found it on an island on the island.
No,
That's not true.
that's a rumor.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think what we'll do is in one of these future meetings, get together with Mike and see what the plan is for where to put it, because it's in a position too where the swim area is much smaller this year because of the fact that the lake has gone down, and so the kids pulled one of the the anchors for it. So we'll talk to Mike and see what the next plan is, but it just didn't work in that first location.
Anybody know if it's getting used?
Another question I asked Don, and
Anybody use it?
the checkers down there never saw anybody use it. So we'll talk to Mike about, he's with the harbor management guys that set up. So we'll talk to him in the future, but, and we'll try and make it work, next year.
It might
Yeah.
be used in the fall too.
Huh? Yeah,
Well,
people
next
may
fall,
use
I
it.
think.
Yeah, people may use it this fall, but so far, I go by there every day in the morning, and I've never seen anybody use it. But then again, maybe somebody has, but no one's spotted that. Okay, hopefully people would use it. All right, and the next one is, the security cameras, and I already mentioned that, that it doesn't look like it's scheduled to be done, there's funds for it, but it's probably not gonna be done in time to put a pavilion out there, and we're afraid of vandalism out there, so we're gonna wait, hopefully that'll be done sometime, in the coming months.
Before spring.
And so then we can put the pavilion out there. And these security cameras would basically, the way they'd be located on the restroom, and we get, I would say at least 80% or more of the parts, because they're 180-degree type cameras. And so I think we'll have pretty good security down there, because there has been some vandalism in the past, as we know. Okay, now on to new business. We already took care of the irrigation update fix. Now, anybody on the commission have any new business?
I have a question.
Yes.
It kind of relates to Haynes Park. And
Yes.
We've talked about a lot of improvements that are being put in, such as the pavilion, and I think we discussed at one point the playground and the security cameras. And I just wondered, and then you mentioned in your report how there's like low utilization, and staff was not needed there. Have we talked about some of the factors that might be contributing to that as like part of a comprehensive plan to revitalize? And like, I'm saying this with the context of having seen an email, and I didn't pull it up to speak to it more specifically, but around the goose population and goose poop and something with Mr. Griswold and potentially funding not being allocated for honkers or whoever we were using for that. Because I think just from talking to folks in the community that the cleanliness of the park aspect is an important factor to consider. I feel like I don't know how much has been discussed here around seeing that piece of it in order to ensure that folks want to go use all the things that we're bringing to the park to make it great.
Well, we're hoping the pavilion will be a draw, for one.
For sure.
Yeah, and
All of those assets will be a draw.
Yeah.
To answer your question directly, I had funding in my budget for what we call goose control.
Goose control.
It's up for debate how effective it is, and I agree with that. But I put it in there, and it was taken out by Board of Finance representatives who represent me. And I said, because it was taken out because it was felt it was not efficient use of money. And I said, well, I have to agree with you on one aspect of that, but on another aspect, I'll disagree, because if you take it out, we're not doing anything. And when people say there's a goose problem, I can at least say we're doing this, we're trying this. But it got taken out, and then at the meeting, the Board of Finance meeting, it got voted out by the Board of Finance.
Okay.
So that's why it's not in there.
Got it. Have there been other... Oh, that's really helpful to understand the background, and I wonder if there could be a more fulsome discussion at a newer meeting if we have to agenda it, but around other ways that we could mitigate that problem, because so we can say we're doing something, number one, and so that hopefully it can actually improve it.
Right.
Whether it's a like raking of the beach on a morning basis at evenings, any other like goose mitigation things from wildlife management that I don't know anything about, but just other ways
we
to
had
like,
some, maybe Don, we had some technology that was installed down there that didn't work either, or maybe you want to explain that.
Several years back, under a previous administration, I was told to contact the goose lady, we call her the goose lady.
I remember Wendy, right?
No,
Okay.
Wendy's been replaced a long time ago. So, to say we no longer needed her services down there because they put in two strobe light type of things that would supposedly deter the geese from coming on the property. That did not work. So then we reinstated the goose lady services a while after that. I forget the exact time frame. It was at least a year because it wasn't working. So we took the lights out and got the dog back. And that works temporarily. They scare them into the water, and they go out and sit in the water, and they look at you, and as soon as you leave, they come back on.
But as soon as they saw the car come, they started scattering. They knew her car.
They recognize vehicles, too.
Yes.
So the goose problem is everywhere. But what has to happen, and it has nothing to do with us, you have to have somebody who goes out on the islands where they nest and addle the eggs, which this person will not do.
Addle is a term
Shake
for
them so they don't,
okay,
They don't-
eliminating them.
right,
Okay,
right. That's what you have to do, plus the other stuff.
yeah.
And that's another subject on its own that's controversial
Yeah.
to people who have different opinions about it, whether you're supposed to be doing that or, whatever. But that's where we are. It's been taken out of my budget.
Well, maybe I'll take a look, maybe you could take a look too, Sarah, any type of technology for goose control, for goose poops. I mean, that we tried one thing and it didn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
They're everywhere. The golf courses have the same problem.
Oh,
They were back.
yeah, the fields have it, the school, everybody has this problem.
Yeah.
Because they have decided to live around here now.
Yeah.
And what are they eating?
Grass.
They're just eating the grass.
What eats them? That's what we need. We need what eats the goose. What eats the goose?
Canada goose jackets.
Yeah.
Predator. Was it taken out of your budget for Town Woods also, or just Haynes Park?
Yes, because it was, the same, it was a similar line item in each budget, my Parks and Rec one and the Town Woods. The Town Woods budget is separate from my regular one because Town Woods Park includes the town of Lyme. But yes, it was taken out of both.
That's unfortunate.
Would you like it back in the budget?
Well, at least we were doing something, that's
That's
all.
what I wonder if maybe people inquire to say, send an email out to the select.
Could we find somebody who'll go out to that
Right here, so
island
that we have
and do that remediation?
Yeah. Yeah.
What, would that,
The dog process is a Band-Aid. It really is.
Right.
You have to diminish the population, not just shack them off the.
Yeah,
Okay, well, the dogs at the school, they fly over to Town Woods, and when the dog goes over to Town Woods, they fly to
Yeah.
the golf course. And
Well, they would leave Haynes Park and go to Town Woods Park.
Right.
They leave Town Woods Park, go back to Haynes, or they go to High Hopes.
right.
They go.
well, they go to golf courses too, yeah.
It's horrible though. When we had spring soccer practice I think it was last year.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It's so unfair.
Kids are running around in Groomsbury.
Yeah,
Slippery,
It's
it's
terrible.
disgusting, it gets all over everything, it's horrible.
it is. It's disgusting.
Well, you guys maybe there's some technology or something you can put down, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something else, but
Turf.
I guess we could look
You
at.
can spray on the grass that they
Yeah, then we run into the
But
problem.
not that like,
Yeah,
like.
herbicides, pesticides, or whatever.
You put pepper out on things that you don't want squirrel
Yeah,
eating.
well, everybody can look up on their
I'm
own
just
if there's
wondering
any
if
way
there's
to
something
deal with it,
natural. I don't know.
but so far, it's a losing battle.
It is.
It's a losing battle, and, okay, anything else? Any other new business?
Dinner?
Oh,
For taxes, sorry, I had one other comment that another
Okay.
community member came to me and asked a question. And it's something I didn't have any background in, specifically being new to school-age kids that are in the great programs that you guys have talked about. And I second your congratulations towards Winnie on so much things you have done. But I personally got to do the login on the Parks and Rec sign up of soccer. So that was really awesome and easy. So thank you. But to that point of soccer coming up, I was approached about whether Parks and Rec or LYSB or any community group has put together an equipment exchange ever, to like a day where people come with their cleats and socks and all the shin guards and things to have take something or take something if you need something for families that don't have as much means to buy that equipment. Kids grow out of it so quickly. So I didn't know if that had been done in the past, and I wanted to obviously volunteer to help do that. It seems a bit late now with the program starting in just a couple of weeks, but I just wanted to at least bring it to this forum for discussion.
Well, we've done it a few times throughout my time here, in conjunction with the soccer club. It was a kind of informal thing. It worked a little bit. Most people didn't want anybody else's older stuff.
Okay.
That's what we found. I think it's a good idea myself. That's why we did it, but we could try it again. Maybe at the end of the year, if your kid's outgrown the stuff,
Well, I think we could even start it if we say, I can send out an email and say, bring your old stuff to the first day, and people can kind of pick through after by then they may have stuff already,
Yeah.
but.
Or we may ask the soccer club to arrange it with maybe some other communities around here, if there's more customers, say, just in our community, that would be interested in this.
Right.
And maybe we could go with that.
I think my experience is each club tries to do it within themselves. Like I know the soccer club will ask, parents if fill out forms and stuff because you can pass those along. Not many people have brought uniforms back recently. It could be that a lot of the kids growing out of them have younger siblings. Who knows? But I think it transcends soccer. Like obviously, lacrosse gear is very expensive, and all the baseball stuff. I mean, the kids grow out of everything so fast. I think also with Facebook Marketplace, you can buy nothing, sell nothing, or whatever that group is. People post stuff on there all the time.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff happen online, but I love the idea. I haven't seen like one big effort for it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea too, but like I said, through the years it seemed to be, you didn't get a lot of stuff out of it. I think more stuff is probably, if it's being done, it's on nowadays.
And I think as the kids get a little older too, they really wear out things more. Like I know my 9-year-old, when he's done with cleats, like they're trash. They don't last. They're harder on them. But the really young stuff, like it barely gets used, and they grow out of it.
Yep. Okay. Well, I appreciate all and if there's anything I can do about what makes sense. So.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, anybody else with any new business or rec commissioners? Oh, wait, we'll skip. We have correspondence, and then we have public comment. No correspondence this month. So, public comment, and you have, what are your names again?
Gail and John.
Gail and John, do you have anything to say or add, or?
Oh, I just was going to ask, thank you for the work you're doing on this project, but I was going to ask now, when you get the estimates, that still all has to be approved by the board again?
No, I have funding to be determined if it's going to cover everything. I have existing funding that we've been stockpiling for the last 2 budgets. So it's something that we've been trying to do ahead of time. And as a result, because things are so expensive, and a smaller example was the wells at Townwoods Park. I mean, all of a sudden there's a $15,000 bill that's not in the budget. So we stockpile, we accumulate money as we go when I do a 5-year budget plan. And I've actually been talking with the finance director recently about increasing those individual things to have something available when we need it. And the capital projects like that, we probably should be putting more money in than we currently do. But it's like everything, when you go to budget time and they're looking, everybody's doing the same thing, and then they, So we have enough money to significantly help. I think we might be a little bit short on the exact whole project,
But it'll eventually be done, and we'll have
It's going to get done.
It'll definitely get done, especially out cross land, right? That's
right. Like as an example, you do your budget ahead of time. I submit my budget probably by October for next year. I submit it here. I'll go in front of the Board of Finance sometime around December, probably, present it. They might accept it, reject it, whatever they do then. Then it sits until the town meeting in May. And they vote on it, and if it passes, it does, which it normally does around here. And then that money's not available till July. So you got to think ahead, which is fine. But then you get something like the basketball courts down there, failed 1 year, 2 years ago. They just completely failed in the middle. And they've been in there for 25 years. So we definitely got a life out of it, and all of a sudden they just like collapsed in the middle. Usually they crack, and we crack repair. That's a normal thing with asphalt course, but they failed. We weren't prepared for that. Didn't know it was going to happen. So trying to be proactive, and we always have been proactive, but because of the cost of things, got to start adding some more money, which, you know, the Board of Finance is very diligent on making sure that you're doing the right thing, which is as they should do. So,
And as you saw, there was a lot of support for.
yes. It's clear that it's wanted, and we're working on it.
Okay, anything else, you guys? No? Okay, anyone in telephone land have any public comment? No, hearing none. Motion to adjourn from someone, please?
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, second?
There.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Nothing, abstained, nothing, okay. It's 6:44, okay. Thank you for coming. We always like to hear. Yeah.
What's going on in town.
Yeah, no, it's, I've been in other towns, and this little town, and I think the amount of things done here rival just about any other town.
pretty lucky.
Well, we're pretty lucky that so many things are done for the community, from getting garbage done every week and recycling every week to everything that's done here. I think we're in pretty good shape.
Now if we just get rain, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, who's gonna do the rain dance for this weekend, huh?
Pour the water and when I get
Hello?